The wait is nearly over, my friends. Really and truly, any day now, Nintendo could announce the Switch 2. Not any day, not like weekends. It's gotta be like a business day, and probably within the little chunk of business days that Nintendo usually announces things, within certain times of day, generally like a Tuesday to Thursday kind of thing. And rumor has it that the announcement will be coming this week. Now, I will say, I'm a little bit annoyed because I saw all the articles and everyone being like, big thing, could be coming this Thursday. Apparently it's coming this Thursday. Reports say it's coming this Thursday. And then I look into it and it's just another Nate the Hate rumor. It's just another, look, I got nothing against Nate the Hate. Nate, if you're watching this, I got nothing against you. He's just a guy. He's just a guy like I'm just a guy. We're just guys. You know what I mean? I was hoping it was some big thing with the journalists and the connections and all that, and it's all corroborated by all these sources. I think at least the primary source of this specific one at the moment is Nate the Hate just saying a thing on a podcast or something. And it's also like, okay, there are multiple people who are saying it. Thursday. Switch 2 getting announced on Thursday. But like, I could say that too, because this week really does make a lot of sense. Because, Nintendo, they do like to, like I said, they've got like specific times of the week that they generally announce things. And they like to, they didn't want to announce the thing right out of the gate, the very beginning of January. They like to wait till about mid-January. Most directs and things will happen kind of, mid-month or whatever. So this week already just made a lot of sense. Like 7 a.m., my time, pretty much any day. But Tuesday, like for Nintendo Direct announcements, Tuesday at 7 a.m. Pacific is usually like my go-to time for like when I sit there like refreshing the feed. Tuesday or Wednesday is usually a good time. So like this week already makes a lot of sense. And especially like, if you're going to announce it Tuesday or Wednesday, do it there. Okay. All I'm saying is this week was already a really good bet. And it's just funny that someone can just say, hey, I heard it's coming this week. And the only difference between saying, I heard it's coming this week, and then like me saying, I bet it could come this week, it's the level of confidence. But if you put forth that confidence and then it ends up being true, whoa, this guy called it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It sounds like I'm throwing a bunch of shade at Nate the Hate. I don't know. It just, for all I know, he really does have true connections. And maybe that is why he throws so many rumors out there. Maybe it's not just random guesses, that you just put a little more confidence. Instead of saying, maybe this will happen, you say, this is going to happen. I heard it was going to happen. Maybe he does have connections with somebody somewhere. I don't know. What am I even trying to say? I don't know. Point is, though, the rumor is Thursday. It's going to happen Thursday. And yes, if it does happen Thursday, again, that means it's very likely to be announced Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Tuesday. They're probably going to want to give at least like 2 days to like kind of get us all hyped and going absolutely just bonkers crazy with anticipation. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing we have to consider. Yes, it is very likely to come this month. It is very likely to come this week, just because of all the different factors. But we have had similar conversations before. There were times near the end of last year. Was it September? I want to say like maybe it was around direct time. I don't remember exactly when, but like there was at least one or two times, at least one, where there were like real rumblings. Like there were real rumblings. That's why I talked about it. That's why I put out my Calm Before the Switch 2 storm. I wasn't going to originally until like, now, but I kind of had to because like the rumors were so strong. They were decently strong that Nintendo was going to reveal it, and then they just didn't. And when they just don't, the whole conversation just kind of fizzles, and we go, okay, what's next? What's the next place to set our sights on? So we do always, no matter what, until something is confirmed, we have to take it with a grain of salt and all that stuff. But yeah, it is pretty likely, and yeah, again, it's not just Nate the Hate. There's at least a couple other people who seem to say there are rumblings about this too, so it's fairly likely. And you know, the word is, and I've got a bunch of it. I'm just gonna round up the other Switch 2 stuff that's been happening here. You know, people who are talking about it are talking about how it's probably not gonna, you know, the reveal probably not gonna focus on games, but that's another one that's pretty obvious. They're probably gonna follow at least more or less the same model as they did last time. There'll be like just a teasery thing showing off the console itself, and then later they'll do a reveal with all the games and whatnot. Still technically possible that we'll get some other little sneak peeks, you know, like Mario Odyssey and Splatoon were shown off in the Switch reveal trailer, so we really don't know for sure there. I know we have relied a lot on what happened with the Switch and its reveal to kind of like inform us what'll probably happen here. At the same time, I am starting to recognize that might not be, like, that we might not be right. We might be making a lot of assumptions here. They might find kind of a new way to reveal the system. I mean, I kind of want to do a whole separate video on this, just kind of like, not necessarily predicting, but just kind of like talking about what the reveal could look like. I might do that. I might record that after this. I'm not really sure. So I guess I won't go super into it, but like, yeah, it might not be the exact same thing with people playing the system and we get a little glimpse on the screen of a game. I don't know. Could be something totally new, but yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, but like I said, I've gathered up other rumors that come in pretty much daily now. We're getting some rumors about like third-party stuff, rumors that Xbox is going to be putting some games on there. Would not be surprising. Master Chief Collection, that would be cool. I think that would be really, really cool. I think that'd be really neat. And, you know, Xbox wants to get their games played by other people, even their first-party stuff, and the idea of playing a Halo game on a Nintendo system seems crazy, but at the same time, nothing is crazy anymore. Like, it's the video game industry is done being crazy, you know? Nothing is surprising. I think that would be awesome. And then other little stuff too, Assassin's Creed Mirage, Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII Remake has been rumored for a really long time, and I think it is a very good bet. You know, Switch 2 is going to be basically as powerful as a PS4 or whatever, so literally any game that's on PS4 that's not like an all-time Sony exclusive, it's all fair game. So yeah, FF7 Remake, throw it on there. Yeah, sure, probably gonna happen. So then, okay, so one thing I haven't really gotten to cover yet is the whole Genki thing. Genki's a accessory company, and they went to, was it CES? That's a Consumer Electronics show, something like that, whatever. They went there and they claimed to have like a prototype or like a something based on a prototype, and they were showing it to people, and they were like, I believe they were like taking appointments to show it to people, and it was probably them. I got emails from somebody saying, hey, do you want to, join a wait list or whatever, and we'll show you our little Switch 2 mock-up or something. And it's funny because they were being super bold about it. And then allegedly, this is all, like someone just kind of said this, so I don't know if it's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was true. Allegedly, Nintendo's lawyers like just went up to the Genki booth at the show and like just tried to scare them and like just told them to stop. Like they, or at least in some way they Nintendo got in contact with them and were just like, what are you doing? Can you please stop? But Genki was basically like, hey, we have no actual relationship with Nintendo. We have not signed an NDA, and everything that we have here has been based purely on just leaked schematics and whatnot. And it's funny because they Genki kind of had to backtrack a little bit. At first they were kind of claiming that they had a more like official thing than they did, and then they were like, no, we don't have anything official. It's just a mock-up based on the stuff that was online. No, don't get mad at us. So yeah, I don't know how much of that is real, but that's, I don't know, kind of funny. I'm still surprised. I really thought any any accessories company, I kind of thought they all had a relationship with Nintendo, at least at some point. I thought on some level they were like paying for the licensing, or especially if they were making accessories like early on, like leading up to launch or something, I thought they would be working with Nintendo, but apparently there's a million of them that just have no relationship with Nintendo and clearly never hope to have a relationship with Nintendo. Because I would not be surprised if Nintendo just blacklisted all of them. I don't know what a blacklist exactly looks like, but like if there is any way to work with Nintendo making accessories, I don't know. I feel like this is just a death sentence there. Just Nintendo is never gonna want anything to do with you ever again after all this, but I don't know. Another interesting thing to come out of it though is it finally got Nintendo, and you probably saw all the articles, Nintendo breaks silence on Switch 2 leaks, and it sounded a lot more interesting in the headlines than it actually ended up being. You know, because of all the Genki stuff, Nintendo finally just came out and was just like, none of that's official. That's really all they said. They were just kind of like, that stuff right there, it's not official, period. Doesn't mean it's not accurate, you know? It doesn't mean that these specifications are not correct. It just means they're not official. So there, no further statement, Your Honor. And I guess that's about it for now. There was a rumor going around that the launch title would be a Mario Kart game, but I believe that the whole thing that was a part of ended up being disproven, so that doesn't really hold any water anymore, even though I'm kind of expecting it at this point. You know what I mean? I don't seem to be a good judge of like when it's a right time to like I don't know, like with Splatoon. Every time they do a new Splatoon, I'm like, it's not been long enough, and then they do it anyway. And I have been putting everything into launch title being like 3D Mario or something. And Mario Kart, they just gave us the DLC. Why would they give us a humongous amount of DLC for the other game and then give us a new one at launch? And so that's why I never predict it. It's probably why it's gonna happen. It's probably why it's definitely gonna be a Mario Kart game at launch. I don't know. So that's basically it for now. That's the update on the Switch 2 rumors and whatnot. And if it is true that a reveal is coming this week, soon, very soon, the nightmare, the nightmare will end. It's not a nightmare. It is becoming slightly overwhelming, though, I must admit.